Give me 1 second to get over to the Discord and share the link. I'll be right back. Good morning. I realized that my thumbnail actually says Monday. Oops. I meant to change it over to the Wednesday one, and I got busy yesterday and forgot. So, sorry, guys. I'm sure y'all will forgive me. Okay. I'm not a morning person, so I kind of hate that orb is the morning. I'd much rather wish the market was open from 7 to 2 a.m. Be much better for me. Not every day, but all right. Let me get set up here while we get people in here. This is the Discord for anybody that's watching that's not in the Discord. This is what we look like. Some fun stuff happening in here. This is my channel, Tech Goat. And then this is the options chat, which is very, very busy. We have over 10,000 members. You feel the same? Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, man. I think I was up till 12:30. I was trying to get to bed before 11. I'm a night owl, man. It's just I was out back taking care of the chickens, and it's just so quiet, and it's just like, I just want to be awake at night. So it's peaceful and quiet, you know. Anyways, all right. So this is the Discord, Stockmo Investing, and I am I'm honored to be part of this family, this community, as one of the educators, and it's a great place to be. We're doing lots of stuff, so I will do my best to stick to about 20-ish, 30 minutes today for Earner Plus level after everybody. So what we'll do is 20, 30 minutes of the hour we will do with everybody who wants to be involved. And I'm supposed to then swap over to a new link that will be just for the Earner Plus tier, because technically those that have paid more for the lifetime or annual or Earner Plus level, this is part of your value, is getting access to us live traders in the Earner Plus channels here more exclusively than the regular Discord. So we have a bunch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ish of those guys, including myself, and we also have other experts down here that do their own content. Lots of intels, lots of different chart bots, lots of different polls from the internet. This Discord is chock full. Not to mention, we also have Mo's plays, Mo's lives, and his video links on top of. And also, we also have the best part of the Earner Plus, in my opinion, is going to be the bread pot. I keep saying bot. It's bread recipe. It is a script from What's Up Crypto B. It's a script that he has written, him and his family have written, and it's extensive, it's proprietary, and it is incredible. I been able to trade with this for probably going on 2 months now, I think, something like that, and I love it. It just takes the guesswork out of stuff. It's not so busy. You're not trying to look at RSI and MACD and all the things. This just kind of tells you. You can just kind of flow with your day. It makes it so much more smooth. We have the 5, the 13, the 50 EMA. We have Bollinger Bands, and then we have the little indicators, bearish and bullish, green and red diamonds. We have the little labels. We have the boxes where it tells you that it's crossing in that direction. It just takes the guesswork out of stuff, to be honest. And it's now granted, it is still an indicator. It is not a perfect, guarantee, but it is super, super helpful. It is the exact script that Mo uses. That being said, prices have increased for the Earner Plus level. I'm going to cover that for 10 seconds, and that will get you everything in here. So if you're not Earner Plus yet, I will be moving over to that eventually, or we all will be for us educators, and you'll only access us in Earner Plus. So if you are in the chats and you are Earner Plus, just say, love it or hi or whatever. Give some shout out if you are already in Earner Plus. Tell me to be quiet, move on since you're in it. Stop trying to sell it. It's a great place to be. And for the price, code Mo. You know what I'm going to do right now before we get too far into this? I'm going to go ahead and place a link right in the chats for the lifetime is 4,600 with a 40% off code. So take 40% off of that. Annual is 1,800 and take 40% off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and, for whatever reason, just because I'm just going to pick something, I'm going to choose the annual. And then use code MO for 40% off of the annual. Okay, let's get started. We are about 10 minutes in already. So we're going to go for about 20, 25 minutes for everybody. And then I will pop off for about 1 minute and then get a link over to you all later to get Earner Plus tier over. Okay. So, like everybody said last time, I've got the music going, and everyone seemed to like that last time. So let's go that route. We'll keep the music kind of low and nice background tones. I am using. I don't get kickbacks for this, but I like it. Soundstripe is the website right here. Or actually, you can't see it because I have the other tab up. But Soundstripe is what I use. It's nice. Royalty-free music. You can use it in anything. It's cool. All right. So as we were talking last time, which was Monday, I was in OSXX play put. I was copying Michael Burry in this, and it did smashingly well. Now I did have a July expiration, and I wanted to hold it. I really did, but I was just really excited to take my money. So I opened up the put up here on Actually, was it? No, it was actually on Friday. Was it Monday? It was Monday. I opened it sometime on Monday, and yes, that's right. I opened it and told you guys, but I wasn't in any kind of profit yet. So I opened it on Monday, somewhere in here, and at the very, very top of all of this run. And luckily, it opened on Tuesday right here. It had fallen a whole bunch overnight, and then it fell all the way down to this trend line. It was quite incredible to see. It was a $358 profit at this wick. I noticed the trend line from prior, and I'll show you that in a second. And I was like, I don't feel like this is the day it's going to do a big sell off. Everything was just still kind of pumping. Everything was turning around at this point. I was like, I'm just going to keep it. I could always get back into that same expiration later. There's no harm done. If it keeps falling, so be it. I'll hop back into the next leg, the next consolidation. Well, I sold for was it 350, 325, something like that. It's over there in the trade wins. Actually, I can just go ahead and show you. Where's the? There's so much going on in this thing that there it is, trade wins. All right, there it is, 340. There it is. So my 425 put for July, I sold for 340. Nice gain, 38%. Pretty much an overnight hold. The recipe was warning oversold this entire time on a 30-minute chart, so it was falling fast, and it hit this bottom part on the 15 and 10. It was really showing signs that it was going to reverse, and so I got out of it. And I'm glad I did, because it reversed all the way back up to pretty much where I bought it at. So I would have lost all of that profit, maybe even a little bit less, if I had held. So too pricey. Yes. SOXX is very pricey. You could always do SOXS, S as in Sam. Instead of two X's like X-rays, you could do SO X-ray Sam. And that's an inverse. It won't run as much, obviously. You have to use a lot more to get the same value, because it won't only, I think XOSX ran. Why am I guessing? I can just show you. Here it is. So yes, so Monday, what was Monday? 11th? Yes, okay. So Monday's in here. So I bought the put on SOXX over here. This is XOSS, XOXS. And it ran from 828, and from 8 to 980. Okay, so $1.80, roughly $1.80 move for the same amount that the true version ran. 5, 3, 4, yeah, 40-ish bucks. So this one dropped 40 bucks. The other one rose $1.80. So you can see how you really need to kind of, manage that one better when it comes to trying to get some money back on it. You always can hold a bunch of shares on that. If you had 100 shares on SOXS and it ran $2, you could have done that for some decent gain instead of options on it. You could just run a whole bunch of shares on it. It's up to you, but that's an inverse. So you could always run. Anyways, so yes, it was what was that premium? $8.90. But also that's July. So obviously it's going to cost a lot more because I'm going way out into summer. I could have done, if I wanted an overnight hold, to be honest, I would not have chosen July. I chose July because I liked the Greeks and I liked the volume. It had a lot of volume on that day for whatever reason. So I felt like it was going to be nicer for my bid-ask spread. It's another thing you guys should look at when you're going to go and buy options, especially for, well, really honestly, for any of it, even a 0 DTE. If your spread is too wide, if your bid is like 1.2 and your ask is 2.5, you're going to get stuck holding a negative for a bit before it takes over and in your favor, or it's going to screw you out of some profit because when you go to sell, when you buy an option, you're going to buy closer to ask, and when you go to sell, you need to sell closer to the bid. So if your bid is lower by too far from the ask point, you're going to have to take away from your profits just to get closer to that bid premium number. So make sure you guys watch your bid ask. I've been seeing that a lot in the Discord lately, and actually I've got a member that talks to me all the time, and he's super pissed off by that. He's like, I had 500 profit, but I had to bring the bid all the way down, and I lost $200 in profit. Yeah, and certain stocks, depending on their volume and how they move, will have pretty awful bids. The reason why I don't play ELF calls right now is because, well, ELF is not doing great, or actually, ELF options, doesn't matter, calls or puts, is because the bid ask is so wide. Defen's another one that did that. DFEN, great stock, love it, but it has a wide spread as well for some reason. So you guys have to watch bid ask spreads. People aren't. I don't think you guys are watching that specifically. So Greeks is your main point on how you make or lose money. Bid ask is just as important as the Greeks, in my opinion, because that's how you get to buy and sell. if you don't look at that, then you're going to get into something and it might spread out on you. And then you're like, oh, I've got $200. I'm going to sell right now. And then you leave with $20 because the spread went too wide. So keep an eye on that. Bid, ask, spread. And by the way, questions, anybody, stocks to look at. I am also in a USO put. I told you all on Monday that at 144 at this gray Fibonacci line that I would sell, and it would be around $200. It is. It's at $210, I believe, right now. I don't want to sell it. I want to stay in it because I do have some room. I think what I'll do, even though 200 is a great payday, it's very nice. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to appreciate $200. My whole plan for USO put is to hold this thing out. And 146 roughly is a wonderful up in this chunky area here, 146 to 149. It's a really great place to be because it's the peak. It's the most recent peak. And though I wish I could have gotten in up 150, it's a really nice spot to be for resistance for it. And I know we're close. 146 is right here, so we're close. But I think I really want to hold. I really do. And I don't see any deal coming anytime soon with these guys, but I have till middle of October to hold this put. So I'd love to just hold on to that. So I'm going to hold on to my USO put all the way to 0, all the way to not my premium 0, but 0 profit. If at 0 profit or near 0 profit, 146 into 145.25, something like that, then I'll dump it just to keep my premiums and keep that safe. Because right now I'm playing with house money. Yeah, it's profit. I know, but it technically is house money. So that's my take on things here. All right, so should we cover orb? You guys want to cover orb? I know that's part of my deal is teaching orb strategy. Yes, we know that. Also, Moderna. We talked about Moderna on Monday with the tin hat theory, conspiracy hat. So ironically, even though there's more news with Moderna and the hantavirus, it did have a sell-off. I'm not sure why it opened like that. It's a bit strange to me that it would do that. I'm not sure. Obviously, it stopped right here at this prior support. I turned on fair value gap. It's a flux chart, FVG. It just helps me spot support levels. It has nothing to do with Mo's recipe. It's just one of the indicators, just a helpful tool you can turn on. And as you can see, it dropped right down to that level and then just stalled right out beautifully. That's why I turn it on. Because if you turn it off, to be honest, in a 15-minute, it's just this candle and it's hard to spot. It's so the reason why this box is here and this one is because this candle opened and closed between that candle and that one, so that's an FVG. I don't trade necessarily based on FVGs. It's just very helpful to see where stocks might land based on prior volumes and supports. So same with this one. This one tapped in here and it supported, and so it bounced up. So anyway, not sure why this one sold off. Looks like it's going to keep going down a little bit. So I don't know. Keep an eye on Moderna, mRNA. They're working with other countries right now. They've been working with other countries on hantavirus vaccines even before this thing popped, which I find a bit interesting. But we won't go there. So just an idea for you to keep an eye on Moderna. They're the only major company working on hantavirus stuff right now. That's in the news at least. And go with that. So those are the things I'm watching right now. USO, SOXX for when things do finally start coming down. Mike Burry has January puts on it, but his is way at the money. He's at 330 strike. That's a super long way. So anyways, there's that. Okay, what are we going to do? We want to look at, I don't know, Tesla. Try some orb on Tesla. It looks like that was going to work out nicely. Yeah. All right, so orb is opening range breakout. This looks like a prior orb from the other day. Let's erase that so we're not confused. All right, so what we do, I'm going to turn off the FVGs just because we'll focus more on Mo's stuff and being clear. 15-minute chart. It's very simple. 3 steps. 15-minute chart, you mark the high and low of the wick or the body, depends if there's a wick at all. And that wick is pretty much right at the body. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to use the keys to fine tune. Fun fact, if you highlight array or whatever, you can use the keyboard arrows to manipulate for fine tuning if your mouse is a little sticky or your fine motor skills are tough. Fun fact. Then you move to a 5-minute chart. Optimize your screen. By the way, the RSI I'm using, thanks to Mitch, one of our members in our voice chat session the other day, he mentioned commodity strength index. So commodity strength index. Hold on, that doesn't sound right. It's over here. Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay. It was in the chats. He said it was. See, this is another cool part. We need to voice chat in a channel and do stuff. What is it? CCI, Commodity Channel Index. There it is. Thanks, Mitch. Commodity Channel Index. So, Commodity Channel Index, it will be in the indicator tool area. You can look in there and it'll pop up just like the RSI. The reason I like it is because it's a bit more sensitive. It'll start to curl and turn just before the candles actually show it, and it's before the standard RSI shows it, which is kind of fun. So you can always have the normal RSI, the CCI, MACD running. If you are paying for TradingView, you can always do something like that. So anyways, that's just a fun one. So CCI is that tool. Okay, 15-minute, we marked out, oops, we're in the wrong pace. 15 minutes, we marked out the tops and bottoms of that candle, moved to a 5-minute range, and we're waiting for indications of movement. So this dropped down below the line of the lowest line of that candle, that 15-minute candle. But here's the kicker. We still had some above. It did not fully close below the line. The next candle opened, same thing. It's being cut by the line. Cut by the line, cut by the line. These would not be confirmation candles. So you want a candle that and wick that's below that line entirely. Same thing with a bullish movement. You want it to be above that line entirely. These three would not qualify. They're cut by the line. These four cut by the line. Once it came back into the channel, you either have two options at this point. You can try for a call and hope it runs through the top channel and keeps going, so you're ahead of the game. You can always try that. Oh, Morgan Stanley says end of year target for S&P 500 is now 8,000. Holy cow. Remember we were like hopeful for 7,000. Jeez. Okay, that just popped up in my notifications. These don't qualify. These don't qualify. They're cut by the lines. You want confirmation. This one, optimize for you. This one does, because it is a fraction of a penny sitting above the line. That wick is above the line. There's a gap there. And even if it isn't a gap and it's tapping the line, I would say it's confirmation to me. So even in this candle here, as you get closer to the end of the 5-minute range and you're about to open a new candle, you could have opened a call in here. Stop loss, I would do quite tight, especially because Tesla and these guys, the premiums are expensive. So I would probably do somewhere within the middle of the bodies of these. If you're opening your call higher up, then I would do the stop loss to be at the orb line, like that, just like that. Okay? So once we had that confirmation candle that we're above the bullish side of the orb line, you feel more safe and confident to go into a call. At this point, you're going to look at your red recipe script. You're going to look at the EMAs. You're going to look at the volume. You're going to look at the MACD. You're going to look at the RSI. You're going to gauge. At this point, we're going to pretend we're right here. So at this point, we can gauge, okay, what's going to go next? We're going to play. What's going to go next? This is a replay of just what happened 10 minutes ago. Boom. Right there. We have candles pop up. Oh, sweet. All right. At this point, I like it. We're in the 5 minutes. EMAs are all going up. MACD is still rising. RSI is still rising. I feel confident. I'm going to go into a call right here. Boom. And I like to target a 0.5 to 0.8, at worst 1 to 2 range. On small stocks. For big ones, I like to go to maybe like a 7. So we'll go to a 7, because Tesla can run, $10 in minutes. If you're playing Walmart, then you want to do like a 0.5 to 1.5, something like that, or 2. So that's my target range. I'm not hooked up to a broker that works with TradingView, so I would do all this manually through Robinhood, my app, when I'm trading. So at this point, we will just run it then, and this is what happened. We ran up, we ran up, we ran up, we hit target right there. Boom. Now you could have taken it on top of there. You could have waited. This one did push down to the 5 and it ran back up to target. So if we had jumped into a call at orb line at 440, a 440 call, we would have been able to sell at 447 with great confidence. So let's go back to live. Okay. So here we go. That's another cool, really cool thing with trading. If you're paying for a subscription for them, a prescription. I almost said prescription. Is you get replays. You can replay any stock and practice your strategies of the day. So if you're paper trading or you were busy or working, whatever, and you want to practice, replay is amazing to help you. You can slow it down to minute by minute or you can speed it up and really practice your strategy. Practice orb with replay is awesome because you can really see what stocks track well with orb and what don't. There are some stocks that don't track well with orb. Walmart is one of them. I just happened to mention it earlier. It's a slow mover sometimes, and it's hard to track that one. Big movers like Microsoft, well, any tech or military ones generally they'll move well. They move well with orb. If you had taken some earlier action and on the 5-minute frame, if you got the call down here at this confluence of the 13 crossing the 50, targeting the breakdown of the confluence as your stop loss, hoping for a bullish movement. Look at that. More than a $7 move. Would have jumped in right here, ran it to about there. $10.88 move with pretty high confidence. Not a guarantee, but a high confidence. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is education. This is just something that we're here to show you what I do, what I like to do. Because to be honest, if I was not trying to teach you all and multitask with all these things going on, and I could have jumped into this morning and I grabbed $10 move on Tesla, I'd be done for the day. I would have been like out. I would have been out right here, somewhere in here likely. Knowing me, I wouldn't have wanted to wait for this thinking it's going to turn around. So I would have probably sold somewhere right in here. So I would have grabbed, knowing how I trade, I would have jumped in at the confluence, hoped for the orb breakout, and I would have sold right here at around $9.50 move. Based on the Greeks of at the money call Greeks, you're at 50, 60 bucks. You get better as you go deeper. So let's average $70 times 10. We'll go with 10 for easy math. That's $700 move based on the Greeks of the option and buying in. So if I had grabbed it here and ran 700 bucks from time frame 820 to roughly 845, okay, how many hours would you have to work at your job to make 700 bucks? Right? So I wouldn't even mind if this thing ran more. Would I have liked it? Of course. But to take a risk at losing 700 bucks if this reversed right back down, no thanks. I'll sell off right there and I will be done for my day. I would have done literally 20 minutes worth of work. 25 minutes worth of work. Less than that because that was not even full candle. Yeah. 22 minutes for 700 bucks. Have a great day. Log off. That's what I'd be doing. And frankly, I probably wouldn't even log in the next day. I would take that and run it for 2 days of profit. That's what Orb can do for you guys. Orb matched with Mo's recipe is just absolutely incredible. And this one, Tesla today, was perfect. It would be a perfect way to use Orb to get into your trade today. This was just I would say this is like an A+ setup. This is an A style setup. Confluence in the middle of the channel, ran through, consolidated for one, ran up again. Now I bet you we're going to float in consolidation here for a few minutes. Let's try 10. Yeah, I can definitely see this thing run until, we're already at highs. So yeah, 450 potentially if this thing was to consolidate and step up more. But anyway, that's it. No one's commented. No one said anything about what they want to look at. On Monday, we had like 25, 27 viewers. Today, we don't have as many at all. I don't know. Is everybody just busy doing stuff? It's funny. This is the options chat, guys. All right. Well, that's about 30 minutes roughly of the everybody invite over here. Oh, hold on. We got a comment. I usually buy and hold. I want to learn how to day trade, but I'm nervous. Were you nervous about your first trade? Oh, of course. But I did things really slow. During the time that I started learning, I was having how do I put this nicely and concisely? My life was not conducive to having any money at that point. I was in a very huge life transition. And so I didn't have much to work with. So I was in a I was going through divorce. Okay, we'll just say it. I don't care. Oops, sorry. So I didn't have much to work with, and so I wanted to learn, and I did things very slowly. I think I used $100. I had $100 and opened up Robinhood. I had like $10 in Dogecoin or something. This was back in 2020. Excuse me. And I was playing small stuff, easy stuff. Back then, Walmart was way cheaper, so their premiums were much nicer. So I was doing like 3-week holds on one contract for Walmart. We were playing Nike back then, Rivian. There was some just cheaper stuff. I couldn't buy anything big. I didn't do any zero DTEs, didn't do any day trading, and I did pretty well. Granted, the market back then, after COVID, was more stable, was very conducive to trading. On the rebound from COVID, it was it was easy. And then even in 2024 to 25, it was quite simple. Nothing changed. I'm not trying to be political here. In Biden's time, it was just like, especially 20 into 20 into 25, so 24, it was just boring. Nothing happened. So it was quite easy to trade. This market is crazy, and honestly, I have a hard time even making sense of it. I spend a lot of my hours just researching. Every social media platform I have is completely full of financial gurus, news. I mean, I don't have anything else besides financial stuff in my platforms. So I'm always learning. And so yes, I was very scared to take trades, but I knew at the very worst, my call or my put was going to not like make me go broke as long as I manage my size. So I would do 1 or 2 contracts and I would hold for 2-3 weeks. And as soon as I got to, 20, 30, 40% profit, I would sell it and wait for another entry. But I didn't know when to enter, when to exit at that point. I didn't know charting like I do now. So, you are already in a great space, Amy, to be part of a community. I didn't join Moe's till, oh gosh, what was it? It was just before the elections, Trump Biden elections, and that it was that fall. Because I knew at that point things were starting to shift so heavily, and I was losing every day, couldn't figure out what was going on. I needed more assistance, and so I actually joined Moe's back then, and then worked my way up to where I am now. But yeah, but I do stupid amounts of research, and I never I never stop researching. So, anyways, yeah, day trading is yeah, he's Tesla and Germany are doing big things. Um, Day trading is great, and Orb will help you. Orb is basically a day trader's tool, a strategy. It is really meant to give you that opening trend of the day. You can hop into it, you ride it for as long as it will let you, and you get out, you're done. That's it. Log off, you're done for the day. Because once this thing turns, assuming it's going to turn around and kind of fall back down, at that point, uh, it's just a guessing game of where it's going to go. You can't really use orbit at that point anymore. It does help with the lines, because even throughout the day later on, it can come back down and use these lines again for support or resistance. It can. But for opening range breakout, really, this is what your bread and butter is: day trading. Opening in the morning, closing it at your target, and smile, walk away. That's the plan for Orb, is a day trading thing. You don't use Orb for looking at entries for longer puts or calls. Just not meant for that. So So that's it for Orb. Thank you for the comment, Amy. I appreciate it, and that's a great one. Yeah, it's you should be nervous. I mean, people that tell you, oh, this and that, you should be nervous to trade because it's money that you have earned, likely earned, to be able to do this, and every dollar counts these days, especially. So so yeah, if you're if you've got a budget and you have like a gambling, a casino style section of your budget where you don't mind playing with that, whether it be entertainment part of your budget or whatever it might be, and you use that to play options, and you lose. I mean, that's unfortunate, but it wasn't your needed income, right? So look at it that way, where only, as everyone says, only invest what you're okay losing, because you can't guarantee any of it. Orb isn't a guarantee. Orb is a very nice assistant tool to helping you gain that profit, but it will likely be within the first 2 hours of opening, and that's going to be it. Okay. Thank you for answering my question. Makes me feel a little less nervous. Just got to jump in. Pretty much. Yep. Yep. When you're first learning how to swim, you get some education, right? You get told how to swim, how to hold your breath, how to turn your face, all these things, right? How to float. And then at some point, you have to just sink. You have to just get in there, get your feet off the stairs, and let go of the wall. And you got to just get there and flap around and see how it works, right? I can tell you, Mo can tell you all day long how to do this. I can show you this is how you do this. This is how you do this. And until you do it, it doesn't matter, right? So so yeah, I mean, it's true. And I like analogies. If you were here Monday, I think you were here Monday. I use analogies for everything. Someone had asked, how do you remember calls and puts? When you do a call, you're calling. If you're calling a call to someone across the field, or your neighbor across the street, generally we look up to aim our voice high, right? We call out, "Hey, buddy, what's your name?" and and then if you're going to do puts, you think of looking down. Putt golf, putt putt golf, down, golfing, put it in the hole. So call, high, put, down. You have to be paper trading first to get comfortable if you haven't tried already. I have not tried it. I know. I went straight into using my own money, and I did not know paper trading was a thing back then. If I had known that, would have been nice. Would have been nice. Yeah, I didn't do a ton of research into, like, you know how to do much. I was learning everything on my own from YouTube. I had to seriously sit there and watch what calls and puts are videos for hours. It just nothing was clicking for me until it did. And so yeah, this industry does not want you to be profitable. I mean, I think even Mo would agree. The financial industry, Wall Street, does not want you, the retailer, to be profitable. They don't mind you putting money in the system. They don't mind you playing options. They don't mind all of that, because they assume the majority of the time you're just handing them cash, and then they're going to walk away laughing at you. So they don't mind you playing, but they don't want you to learn how to actually do it like they do. And that's what I learned back in 2020, especially. I knew I should have been doing more earlier. Uh, Long story short, not going to get into all that jazz, but uh, the financial industry does not want you to be independently rich. Not rich necessarily, but like financially independent. They don't want you to be on your own and smart. Like, they don't want you to create your own little bank and work with your own bank yourself. You are the bank. They want you to use their bank and give you the little 0.5% savings account, and, oh, go buy my CD for 6-month lock-in at 3%. Crap like that, where they're making a lot more money on your 3%, and they give you this little change back, and you run off happy, because that's what we're taught in school: is buy bonds, buy CDs, use a savings account. No one explains to you that you're being robbed. So there's a lot more to this system that they're trying not to teach you. So anyways, that's a rant. Get off my soapbox. Get off my soapbox. Yes, paper trading is definitely ideal if you are worried or not sure. 100%. So, Crypto B, I challenge you, use Orb. If you're paper trading, you can risk a bit more, obviously, because it's not, that's not real money. So I would challenge you to maybe risk a bit more. I don't know. I don't want to screw up your you know plans or whatever, but try it. Try risking a bit more because you're not having to pay higher premiums, uh, you know, like actual cash. So potentially, try just doing that. See what Orb can do for you, and do multiple contracts. Yep, try new things. Exactly. Thanks, Jordan. That's exactly it. You can do, yep, risk free because you're not blowing your mortgage or rent on trying an option, right? So for sure, for sure. So yeah, try to do Orb if you're paper trading. Definitely see if it works for you. I love it. I don't see anything wrong with it. There are some stocks that doesn't work with. Let's just try Walmart. Just kicks and giggles. Okay, so like I said, so this one is, I can see it's in the channel. So 15 minutes. We're just gonna do it quickly. Top. Well, I don't need to do the bottom. The bottom one is the purple line. That is a prior, looks like a prior support line that I drew a long time ago. So that's funny. Prior support. Oh no, no, nope. What is this? These are going to be something else. Don't worry about the purple line. We'll pretend purple line is Orb because it is. 15, 5, and we're in a channel. So like I said, Walmart came up, it tapped the top line, the bullish line, and it dropped into the channel. So now we're just gonna be flat. You could try to go with a put, but it can turn around any moment here and come back up. So Walmart, like I said, it's a hard one to do Orb on. This one doesn't like Orb very much. Um, Last fun idea. I've heard this before. A failed bullish move is a strong bearish move. And the same thing down here. A failed bearish move is a strong bullish move. That means that even though it tried for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35-ish minutes to push above this line, it failed. And so there we go. You have a strong bearish trend then because it could not push up. Doesn't mean it won't take over and try again later, but it's a nice way to look at it. I think Max Trades is the guy's name. Max Trading, something like that. Max Trading, I think it is. He says it all the time. I'm sure he got it from somewhere else, but that's what he says, and it stuck with me because it works. Oh no, Orb's not an app. No, no, no. Orb is a strategy. No, no. You're creating the app by using the trend line, by using rays, and drawing it out. You're creating Orb on stocks. Let's look at a different one. Orb is just simply opening range breakout. That's all Orb means. It's not an app. It's not a tool. It's not an indicator. It's a strategy. I don't know what this green line is. I don't know. It's okay. 15 minutes. That's this one. Yep. Top line. Top wick, bottom wick. Up to the 5. Fell into the channel. Failed. This doji failed because the wick is in the line. And it went back up. You could have jumped into a call here. Could have. Risky. Could have. What a 5. You could have done a call off of this candle because it was a failed bearish movement, right? We failed moving bearishly. It popped with a nice green candle, which means then you'll have a stronger bullish movement because your downside failed. Over repeated times, it failed. So we could have opened a call somewhere in there and then ran that thing up. You had a better confidence at this confluence of the 13 and 5. indicator here, Mo's recipe, gave you beautiful, beautiful clarity on this consolidation that it was going to move up, and it's been doing that ever since. Now 50 is coming up. This red line's the 50, so we need to be careful there. If you were in this call and you're holding this whole time, aiming for that 50, there's a chance where that wick taps it and it rejects down heavily or just a little bit and tries to break out. It just depends. So there's orb using it within the channel because this channel is pretty large. 416 to 4, yeah, it's $8 move within this channel. So you have a lot of wiggle room to play in here if you wanted to. Unlike Walmart's channel was like 50 cents. But these larger tech stocks, you have a lot of wiggle room sometimes. Okay? No, great question. Don't feel silly asking if Orb was an app or an indicator that you have to find. No, don't. There's no silly, stupid question. In learning, especially financial industry, there's no silly question. Okay? Feel free to ask this stuff over here in the Discord as well. It's a great. Thank you, Jordan, for that GIF to pop over right to. Appreciate that. Flipping Will Ferrell, man. Gator needs some walk around money. Yes, we do. We're all Gators over here. We need some walking around money. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Well, we've only had like 9 or 10 viewers today. I'm not sure what's up with today versus Monday. Monday was wonderful, man. We had a lot of comments. We had a lot of people. It was awesome. Monday was great. Wednesdays do seem to be a little bit more chill, which is fine. And again, I didn't swap over to Earner Plus. I keep trying to do it. I really do. I keep trying to follow the rules. I get so into this. I just get talking. I will though. I have time. So right now, if you can, either tag me in Discord chat or you can comment here in the video. If you want me to continue, I will, but I will give you a new link and we'll hop over to Earner Plus only. So I'll give you 30 seconds to get a comment over to me. See, this is great. Some walk around money. Oh, Jordan, that's hilarious. That was a great one to hop onto. That's funny. Flashback also. I guess he kind of started it, didn't he? But the GIF just made it. That was funny. Okay. Oh, Moderna. Looks like Moderna might be moving. Whoops. Oh my gosh. There we go. There's that support. Remember that FVG was down here, and now we're pushing back up. Interesting. Although not much. It's overbought instantly. So let's do it, boss. Earner Plus. Authentic. Okay. All right. I got at least one. That's fine. I don't care. It could be 1. It could be 100. That's why I'm here. So all right, we'll do it. We will hop over. So yeah, watch Moderna for news about this whole virus thing. I don't know what's going to happen. This might be a complete failure and nothing happens of this. It might be a new pandemic. Who knows? So watch Moderna. They're the only ones out there working with antivirus stuff right now. And okay, Amy wants to do Earner Plus as well. Sounds good. Like I said, let me earlier. Is there anybody out there that is not Earner Plus that would like to get a link? I'm gonna send the annual link is at the beginning of the chat. So go ahead and scroll up. This link here is going to be monthly. And it also has the 40% off code Mo. So anyone out there that's watching this video in recordings or whatever, monthly is that link, annual is the other one, and there is lifetime. All of them get 40% off. Prices have just increased. They'll stay like this for a bit, but they're going to keep going up as life goes on. So if you are considering doing it, you've got a little bit of time probably. Go ahead and click my link, save it, and we will go from there. Did I lose my no? Okay. So anyways, All right, let's go over to Earner Plus. I'm thinking maybe like what, another 15, 20 minutes. Be ready with questions for stocks that we look at. We can chart together over there. And yeah, let's do that. All right, so Earner Plus only coming up. I will drop the link on the Inner Circle chat. All right. Thanks for everybody being here. I appreciate the effort, the questions, and whatnot. We'll see you. Let's see. Not next Monday. I do every other Mondays. So I will be back on next Wednesday. So a week from today, I'll be back for more live trading for the entire Discord, unless Mo changes it to just Earner Plus. As of right now, we're trying to do a little bit of a mixture. Okay. So, all right. Link coming up to go over Earner Plus only. Give me about a minute to get the new link set up.